And also breaking tonight, a vote that will change the course of history.
Judge Amy Coney Barrett, President Trump's third Supreme Court nominee, is now confirmed to fill Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat. The Senate's partisan vote was followed by a swearing-in ceremony outside the White House just a few hours ago. And with that, the 48-year-old federal appeals judge, devout Catholic and mother of 7, is now the youngest woman to become Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Chief Justice John Roberts will give a judicial oath in a private ceremony tomorrow, officially making Judge Barrett a justice. This makes for one of the most conservative courts in decades, ahead of some landmark cases. And to help us explain all this is Temple University law professor Craig Green. Professor, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So we know the Supreme Court will be taking on the Affordable Care Act in just a matter of days. What could we expect now with the confirmation of Judge Barrett as it relates to that case?
On that case, she has spoken out quite publicly criticizing earlier decisions that upheld the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. And I think there is a strong expectation that in this area, as in many others, her confirmation represents a dramatic shift to the right, with more likelihood, though one can't say for sure, that the Obamacare statute as a whole might be struck down, and of course consequences for healthcare across the country.
This was the most partisan vote for a Supreme Court justice ever. What's the significance of that?
Well, this confirmation is an enormous event in a lot of areas. It's the most conservative justice in many years, the most important conservative justice at least in 30 years, and the most important confirmation of the first term of a president since Nixon in the 70s. And I think the partisanship of this vote represents the crazy imaginable procedure that the Senate pursued in getting her confirmed. Just a few days before the election, in a certain sense, in the middle of an election, since people are already voting. That had never happened before.
Let's look even further out, further ahead. How is this going to change the court for decades to come?
This is the first time in my lifetime that the Supreme Court has not been 5-4. Throughout my experience, it's basically been 5 conservatives and 4 liberals, and that leaves the opportunity for one of the conservatives, any one of them, to be a swing vote. Change that calculus to 6-3, and everything shifts to the right.
The argument there from Democrats as to why this should have waited until after the election was decided. Professor Green, we thank you so much for joining us tonight with your insights.
Thank you for having me.